Have you ever woken up one day, looked in the mirror and thought, how did I get here? Not physically, but you know, that feeling that life is passing by, the years are slipping away, and you're still in the same place, doing the same things, getting the same mediocre results. Yeah, I've been there, and I bet you have too. We hold on to this illusion that one day, magically, everything's gonna change, that an incredible opportunity will show up, that we'll wake up motivated, that we'll finally flip the switch and become that badass version of ourselves that we know exists deep down inside. But you know what's the truth nobody wants to hear? That magical day doesn't exist, it never existed, and it's never gonna exist. And now before you close this video thinking I came here just to crush your dreams, take a deep breath because I've got much better news for you. You don't need a magical day. You don't need luck. You don't need special talent or to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. All you need are 7 simple habits. So simple they're gonna seem silly at first, but they have the power to completely transform your life in just 1 year. I know it sounds like an Instagram coach promise, but stick with me until the end of this video, because what I'm about to share here radically changed my trajectory. And if it worked for me, the king of procrastination, it's gonna work for you too. Ready to discover how small daily actions can create extraordinary results? Then come with me on this journey. You know that idea that you need to make a giant revolution in your life to achieve something? Yeah, forget that. The truth is that success doesn't come from one shot, from that magical moment when everything changes. It comes from the small steps you take every single day, from those daily habits that seem like nothing at first, but that build, brick by brick, the foundation of everything you want to achieve. It's like building a house. Nobody puts up a mansion in one afternoon, but if you lay 1 brick a day, pretty soon, you look back and see a castle. And what's most interesting is that these small habits have an insane cumulative power. Think about it. If you improve just 1% per day, by the end of a year, you'll be 37 times better than you were at the beginning. Sounds like magic, but it's pure math. The personal transformation everyone's looking for isn't in that miraculous weekend course or that New Year's resolution that lasts 3 days. It's in the consistency of waking up early, of reading those 10 pages daily, of doing those 10 minutes of physical exercise even when you don't feel like it. That's where real discipline lives. Let me tell you about Alex, a guy who lived by the "I'll start tomorrow" motto. He was one of those people who had huge dreams, wanted to be successful, make a difference in the world, you know? But when it was time to get his hands dirty, he always had an excuse on the tip of his tongue. Study? Oh, I'll start Monday. Exercise? Only when I have money for a gym. Learn something new? When I have more free time. Procrastination was like that toxic friend who wouldn't let him evolve. And the worst part, he didn't even realize this was completely sabotaging his life. Alex was average at everything. He wasn't terrible, but he didn't stand out at anything either. And you know what hurt the most? He'd see others evolving, achieving things, and he'd wonder, why not me? The answer was simple, but he didn't want to see it. While others were building a solid routine with small, achievable goals, he kept waiting for that magical moment when everything would align perfectly. Until one day he met a wise teacher who completely turned his game around, and that's when the most incredible life change you can imagine began. The teacher looked at Alex and told him a story that completely changed his perspective on success. It was about a farmer who planted a bamboo seed and took care of it every day, watered it, fertilized it, protected it. 1 year passed, and nothing. 2 years, nothing. 3, 4 years, absolutely nothing visible happening. The neighbors laughed at him, said it was a waste of time, that the seed was rotten. But the guy didn't give up, kept the consistency, kept taking care of that ground as if something extraordinary was about to happen. And you know what happened in the 5th year? In just 6 weeks, that bamboo grew 80 feet tall. The magic wasn't in a rotten seed or the farmer's luck. During all those silent years, the bamboo was creating an incredibly strong root system underground, preparing itself to support that giant growth that would come later. That's exactly how personal development works in real life. When you're building your daily habits, it might seem like nothing's changing, that you're wasting time. But down there, in your subconscious, in your skills, in your discipline, you're creating incredibly strong roots. And when the time comes, the growth happens so fast that even you will be surprised. Now let's talk about that silent enemy that lives in everyone's head, procrastination. It's like that friend who always convinces you to put everything off with super convincing arguments. Oh, you're tired today, relax a bit. That task isn't that urgent. Leave it for tomorrow. You deserve a break. Go check out some social media. And the worst part, we buy these excuses like they're absolute truths. But the reality is that every time you say, "I'll do it later," you're literally stealing from your future and giving to your lazy present. It's like borrowing money you'll never be able to pay back. The procrastination mindset creates a dangerous, vicious cycle. You postpone, you feel guilty, that guilt makes you unmotivated, then you procrastinate even more to escape that bad feeling, and the snowball just keeps growing. Alex lived in this infinite loop until he understood that personal transformation doesn't start with motivation, it starts with action. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, but it starts. The secret isn't waiting for the perfect day or perfect motivation, because that day never comes. The secret is creating a system so simple with small steps that even on your worst days you can execute it. That's where real productivity comes in, not the kind from internet gurus. So the teacher shared with Alex the 7 daily habits that would change everything. First, wake up early. And you don't need to become a Tibetan monk waking up at 4 a.m. No. Just 1 hour earlier already gives you 365 extra hours per year. That's more than 15 full days. Use that time for yourself, to read, plan your day, do physical exercise. Second, daily reading. 10 pages a day seems like nothing, but by the end of the year you finish 12 books. Start with something light like The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg or Mindset by Carol Dweck. Third, small goals. Write 200 words a day and in a year you have a book. Do 10 push-ups a day and in 6 months your body has changed. The magic is in the consistency, not the intensity. Fourth, Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. When that urge to procrastinate hits, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and act immediately. Fifth, gratitude. Every day before bed, write down 3 good things that happened. Seems silly, but this reprograms your brain to see opportunities instead of problems. Sixth, 10 minutes of physical exercise at home is worth more than waiting for the perfect gym that's never gonna come. Seventh, limit your screen time. Every time you pick up your phone, ask yourself, is this bringing me closer to my goals or pushing me away? These 7 strategies aren't guru secrets. They're practical discipline tools anyone can use. The question is, are you gonna use them or leave them for tomorrow? You know that story about how so-and-so got lucky, that what's his name was born with talent, that the other guy was in the right place at the right time. Forget all that. Success isn't a lottery. It's not a divine gift. It's not a privilege of a chosen few. It's daily construction. It's getting up every day and doing what needs to be done even when nobody's watching, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems like it's not giving any results at all. Alex discovered this firsthand. In the first 3 months applying those daily habits, he didn't see any change in the mirror, in his wallet, in his results. But he persisted, kept the routine, trusted the process. And you know what happened? Around the 4th month, boom, things started falling into place in a way that seemed like magic. Years later, when Alex became a successful entrepreneur, everyone asked what his secret was, if he had some special connection, if he'd inherited money, if he'd taken some miraculous course. And he always answered the same thing. It wasn't luck. It was waking up early every day. It was reading when I was tired. It was exercising when I had no time. It was maintaining consistency when nobody believed. True personal transformation doesn't come from a brilliant insight or a unique opportunity. It comes from those boring, repetitive small steps you take every day. It's like climbing a mountain. Each step seems insignificant, but it's the sum of all of them that gets you to the top. And when you get there, everyone sees the success, but few see the thousands of steps taken in discipline and silence. So we've reached the end of this journey, but actually this is just the beginning of yours. And now I ask you, are you going to keep being that person who watches videos, agrees with everything, but doesn't change anything in life? Or are you going to be different this time? Because look, I can guarantee you one thing, a year from now you're going to be somewhere. The question is where? You can be exactly in the same place you are today, with the same problems, the same frustrations, wondering why nothing changes. Or you can be completely transformed, looking back and thinking, man, how incredible that I made that decision a year ago. Which of these 7 habits are you going to start today? You don't need all of them at once. It doesn't need to be perfect. Choose one, just one, and start now. Are you going to wake up an hour earlier tomorrow? Are you going to read 10 pages of a book today? Are you going to do 10 minutes of exercise before bed? Whatever your choice is, leave it in the comments so we can create a transformation chain together. And look, if you made it this far, it's because something inside you really wants to change. So don't let this moment pass. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bells, because every week I bring content like this to help you on this personal development journey. Remember, small habits, big results. Your transformation starts now. See you in the next video.